Okay, there we go. Just making sure my sound is on. Getting everything prepped here. So hello everyone. Hello there, hello there. As has been the case for me lately. Very busy. Very, very busy. Just trying to make sure I make time so that I'm not always busy. For some reason, there's the springtime. Always doing tons of stuff. So I've got a couple of things here. I have been working on quite a few things. Hi everyone in the chat. Hello. Hello everyone. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Who's here? Who's here with me today? Got a couple of you guys. A good number. Yeah. Let me go back to the beginning. Ron's here. Ron. Hello, Ron. Tamara. Hi. Hello. DB. Very nice. Hello everyone. Dashi. Hello. Miss Melissa. Yes. Yes, definitely. It takes me a second sometimes to make sure everything's in the right place. Yeah, so I do. I have a couple of drawings. I've been kind of playing around with a few things, and as you can see, the last handful of drawings, for some reason, I'm just not drawing in my art journal, and that's fine with me. Usually what I end up doing is I'll make copies of these, and then I'll put them in the journal, just because I am still working on that 100-day project, just in a different way. So I basically just got full-size paper. It's been a lot of work. It's been so much work. And this is just printer paper, actually. Sometimes it's really nice to draw on really smooth paper. And I guess that's the kick that I'm on right now. This is printer paper. Slightly thick printer paper. But yeah, it helps. I started this. I'm still not sure how I feel about this one. But I'll work on it when I have the time. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun stuff to do. A lot of fun stuff to do. So I hope you guys are doing well. Jane Carter says, hi from South Africa. Hello. Hello there. And this is the finished version of the one we were working on last time as well. Yeah, hello. Yeah, if just as a quick reminder, if you have anything to say in the chat that's specifically for me, for Betsy, make sure to write, as you'll see in the chat, a few people have written Miss Betsy, so that way I know it's directed at me, because I know sometimes you guys chat in the chat, and that way I'll know. Hi, Patricia. Hi. Just like that. That's how we do it. Yeah, and go ahead. This is a welcoming place. You can chat with anyone. You can chat to me. We're just going to be drawing and doodling and just trying to have a relaxing time. Just kind of hanging out, you know? So what I've got here, this is 8.5 by 11 paper. Like I said, it's just printer paper. Just printer paper. And I'm just going to get started with a fairly simple thing. Is I'm just giving myself a border. We do it all the time. Do it all the time. So I'm just going to make about 5/8 of an inch. Whatever amount, it's fine. So I'm just going to go around and do that real quick. It just helps me stay contained. Keeps me from going too far out. There's already a couple of little marks here just because sometimes the ink bleeds through when I'm going a little crazy. And that's fine. That's fine. Some of you may know that some of these drawings that I'm working on right now are going to end up in my next coloring book. So this is going to be fun. And we will find out, because what ends up happening inevitably, I'm going to take them off of my clipboard here. What happens inevitably is that not all of the drawings end up in the project. I'll probably make a bunch that I just won't like, and they will not end up in the book, but at least we'll get to enjoy making them together. I'm going to do this on the other side finally. There we go. Just a gentle border. Just a gentle border. Thank you, DB. Thank you. She wrote in the chat, that's so beautiful. Yeah. I got a bunch of drawings going right now. Yeah. Tamara said the masks. Oh, kind of like the girl face? Like this one? Yeah. I used to do this a lot more. I always imagined that people wouldn't like sort of sad faces like that. I always imagined that. I don't know why. Maybe just because of how I felt about things. But I'm leaning into it because apparently that's what I tend to draw faces that are a little bit on the sad side. But that's fine. Let me switch my camera real quick so we're a little closer. So this is going to mostly fill the screen for now, just because it's a full-size sheet. So there we go. Just making sure. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I think you're doing well. There we go. It took a moment to kind of focus, but it should be fine. Just making sure that it focuses. Yeah. Yeah. Alan said you found some watercolor graphite pencils for shading. Oh, that should be nice. There's so many different pencils available. There's just so much to try. Reminds you of porcelain masks. Yeah. Hummingbird 82 from Germany. Hello. Yeah, I'm glad you joined us today. Hi. Gloria, yeah, says it expresses feelings. Yeah, sometimes we gotta just try it out, right? Instead of being afraid of what we're creating, just kind of try making stuff. So I am going to just kind of work with my rusty trusty simple pens. I do have them linked in the description. I like these a lot. They're pretty simple and cheap. So if you've never seen them, they are in the description of the video. Yep, that's all I'm using. And of course, occasionally I will use one of my tiny pencils that I just can't let go of. I also found this other one. I made an extender for it a couple of years ago, and so this guy kind of hangs out in here. I don't think it has an eraser. No, I removed it. Can't let go of my tiny pencils. Still got a little bit more to give. Yeah, and so just the usual tools, and we can get started. So I am kind of thinking of creating some larger lines first, just to guide the drawing, and then we can kind of start filling it around them. How about that? That's, I think, what we're going to do. And I'm feeling starting kind of in this corner. I never try to start from the center. I tend to start somewhere kind of on the side. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Orlina, hi, hello. Yeah, I'm seeing quite a bit of chatter in the chat. So as usual, if I can't respond to your message in the chat, just know it's just because I'm kind of doing a lot of things right now. But yeah, hello to everyone. Hello, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, Alan said the tiny pencil extender. Yeah, I can't let go of those pencils. I can't. They're my little friends. I'll show them right here. I know last time, was it Alan? Was it you? You made fun of me a little bit? That's fine. Look at these little guys. They're my friends. It's kind of like little trophies, tiny little trophies, all the drawing that I do. So let's see. How about I start with the pencil? I know I keep chattering. Sorry. I do want to start with like some very long flowing shapes. So I'm going to see how I can create some. And so the reason for the pencil, obviously, is because I may not like the shape, and, you know, I'd like to be able to move it if I don't like it. A swirl. It's like a big doodle is what this is. A very large doodle, isn't it? You'll see I'm holding my pencil kind of sideways so that my lines don't dig into the paper. So I'm just trying a few flowing lines. That's all I'm doing right now. And this kind of just helps me get an idea of where I might put a few things. That's all I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yep, definitely. So that's all I'm starting doing. Just looking around. What might be okay? Some things I may not need to sketch in now. They'll happen later. But it is nice to kind of have an idea of where some things might go. Just really loose, kind of flowing lines. That's where I'm getting started. And it's okay if they go outside of my border, I think. Just for now. I may change that, but it's fine. Yeah, it's just like a very loose, kind of simple doodle. And I'll show you what I do with it in a bit. Let's see. I think I like this so far. What can I do? I think I want to put something here, but I'm not sure what I want yet. Not sure. It's okay to not be sure. Let me see how a few curves here look. Somebody was really nice recently and mentioned something about the way that I do kind of the composition work. So I figured that starting it this way for us today can show you a little bit of how my mind works when I think of a composition, of how I want to set things up. This is kind of what I do in my mind, even if I don't always use a pencil to lay it out. I do something like this. I've got my eraser, just kind of move a few things just in case I don't like them. Just in case. So there we go. This is kind of the idea. This is what I'm going with today. That's what I'm going with. Alan said, yeah, yes. Yeah, definitely. No, I know. Just a little bit of just having fun. Yeah, of course. Oh, hi. Back live with the gang. Yeah, I know I have a hard time pronouncing your name. I don't think I would know. Your name starts with an E. I don't think I would know. Be interesting. I should probably look it up, huh? But hello, yeah. Can the pencil be any smaller? It can. It can. It can be smaller. You know it. It can definitely be smaller. We'll get there. So let's see here. So at this point, now that I've looked at it for a few seconds, now I can start making some decisions about some forms that I will overlap. Right now, everything here to me feels like it's on the same level. It's all kind of flat. I'm going to start adding little details that are going to kind of start weaving in and like around each other. They will weave around each other. So let's say I'll try something here. And I'm going straight in with the pen, although you can use a pencil, it's fine. Whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just going to start by creating some little additional lines here. So here's a little swirl from this to his. How about I add another one next to it and turn it into a bit of a kind of branches off right here. So right here, I'll draw a curve there. So now these shapes that I'm drawing now in the ink, they're going to be up on top. It'll start creating some layering. Let me bring this over the top of this as well. Why not? I'm just going to keep going from there. I'll start adding things that I haven't sketched in, but these are going to be on top. I hope that makes sense. I hope it does. This will help things look a little more interesting. Let me make another one out here. And then when I do end up working on those pencil lines, I will start adding some more definition to those. I'm going to go like this way, and then kind of loop it around like that. Make a little belly. This way they kind of overlap right here. So there's another one there. These look like they're more on the surface. They're a little bit higher on the image. I will add a handful of these throughout, just to make it a little interesting. Maybe not there. I'm trying to imagine where it might look interesting with them kind of flowing. Probably one here. We'll see how that works. It's going to be way over the top of this whole thing here. It works out one way or another in the end. So like that, branches out. And of course, if I don't know what to do with it, it's fine to just leave it. That's fine. So I had it overlap. I'm going to leave this end open. I'll figure out later what to do with that kind of end there. Let's see here. I think I'm good with those. I'm going to add one more here, and I think that'll be it. So one more little kind of tendril, little branch here. I'm also going to have it do that little thing where it kind of overlaps itself like that. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So these are more on the surface. They're more on the surface, yeah. Dashi wrote, I once colored with just the lead. You can't get smaller than that. Yeah. I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah, when it gets down to just like this little bit right there, right? Just like that. We'll do it. We'll get there. I'll get there. Visual Vendetta wrote, you're slowly becoming my favorite YouTube artist. Show. Wow. Thank you. I'm trying. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I think that's the whole point, is we're just trying stuff out. We're just trying it out. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. Yeah. Something satisfying about using a pen or pencil until the very end. Yeah. Use up the whole thing, right? Make sure it gives all it's got. I think I'm going to get started by inking in this larger shape here. Although I am going to adjust kind of the curve. I feel like it's not quite what I wanted it to be. I feel like I wanted to get just a little slimmer right here. So there's the joy of using the pencil, is now I can make some slight adjustments to the shape. I like that better. I can leave this here. It's just going to be a separate shape. And then same thing right here. I think I want it to be a little more curved like that. I do love using the pencil this way where it's kind of laying down. And like I said, it won't dig into the paper. So that's always nice. And I'm going to adjust the curvature here. I just like it when the curves are nice and smooth. So I'm kind of trying to see where, somewhere there, somewhere. Something like that. Should be okay. Something, something. I'm just reading what Ron wrote. When you subscribed. Oh, to the person. Oh, yes, yes. You told him about the coloring pages. Yeah. Yeah. He has responded to the video. Yeah, I chatted with him briefly. This is nice. Yeah, it is nice to kind of share about other artists' names, right? I'm going to go over that line that I just created right now. I shall do that. Time to go in with ink. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to get a little fancy out here. I'm going to make this little tendril that kind of breaks off from the main shape, hopefully. And once we start adding details, I'll zoom in so that we can start doing some old-fashioned doodling. It's going to be fun. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of just starts large. Starts very large. For me, at least, with some of these, they start very big. Tiny Prepper, hello. Hello there. Yeah. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, I'm just reading your other comment. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he did reach out and kind of chat over here in our comment section. It was nice. Okay, I think I am going to keep this line. There's a lot of decisions to make right here. I'll keep it. I'll show you guys later how I add texture to these because it's a very large shape. So it would be nice to add some texture here so that it isn't just like some giant shape. Okay, so there's that. I'm not going to connect these because I'm going to leave this additional line here. Why not? I'll leave this one here. I try not to worry about what it should look like, and I try to just go with the shapes that are occurring at the time. That's all I'm trying to do right now, is just kind of go with the flow, you know? Okay. I'm going to do a few more main lines, and then I'll start doing some detail work here and there. I'll start over here. I think we'll do these. This one's good. Let's ink this in. A bit abstract, a bit surreal. Just gonna go with it. I'll keep that large shape there. That should be pretty good. And let's scoot this over a little just because I know I'm gonna be working in this corner a whole lot. And again, I will keep this here. Just a very large shape. I think that should be fine. All right, so that's it for the main shapes on this side, and I'm going to start filling. Let me get a little closer. And at this point, I am going to start using some very familiar shapes, and my hope is that today I'll finish this, and I will stay on however long I need to until it's done. How about that? We'll see. What if this turns into a 3-hour expedition trying to finish a drawing? So I'm just going to finish. I'm going to fill this with little contour lines like that, the little bellies. That's what I'm going to do. And I think whenever I'm doing smaller line work, I am just going to let you know now, I will occasionally switch to my 0.1 pen. This is a point liner by Pentel, 0.1. So that'll happen occasionally when I get there. So I'm going to do contours all the way till I reach the end of this thing. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. Okie dokie. Tamara, you went and bought a smaller sketchbook. Oh, all the other paper you have is too big, huh? What size sketchbook did you get? Which size worked for you this time? I do agree that it does help when you're using smaller. It does help if you kind of feel overwhelmed. Get a little one. Much easier. I think these days I'm finally able to draw on bigger paper right now. I think I just needed to focus more, and I feel like I can do it now. just about at the end here. Okie doke. Visual Vendetta might be a little off topic, but finger and nails are pretty. Really? You think so? Thank you. I thought they were looking pretty awful right now. I've been gardening and I'm constantly... my hands are getting kind of wrecked. That's really sweet of you though. Thank you. So I think I'm going to add some contours here to the other line. I'm going to do them in the other direction though. I shall do them in this sort of S shape, so that it's going to make it look kind of like a twisted form. Yeah. In the chat you wrote, starting to understand that paper does make a difference. Yeah. It can. Sometimes just the feel of it, like right now, I'm really enjoying the feeling of really smooth paper. You kind of get used to different things, and something as simple as just, yeah, trying a different paper. Or sometimes for me, the color of the paper. You've noticed sometimes that I use like ivory tone paper. That helps too. The pens can make a difference too, but for me it's never that important, the type of pen. I use all sorts of things. There we go. So I did that right there. I love that stage when it just looks weird. This is the weird stage. Not quite sure what's going to happen, but something will happen. Okay. I'm going to start putting little shapes around here. Start filling it around the background. I have a tendency to do that where I fill kind of the background a little more, and then that gives me ideas for the foreground. So I'm just going to start adding some of my usual sort of little circles and loops. I think this spot I'm going to add these little shapes that look like little seeds. I'll add some of those here, just a cluster of them. Just kind of fill in this space in the background. Probably add a little bit more here. Just here. Little seeds. They look like sesame seeds. Okay, that's good for now. So the little sesame seeds. And then, let's see, a little bit more background stuff right here. You'll notice I'm adding that thicker line. It's very important for me. That way I don't lose the borders of my forms here. And keep going over here. Dense line. Okay. What other kind of shapes do I have? I'm going to start making some little shapes that almost look like little pebbles. And we'll see how far I go with that, the little pebble shapes. So they're not quite circles, just kind of irregular little, almost ovals. Just little pebble shapes. Tiny and big. Just really packed in there. Just like that. That's what I'm thinking, pebbles. I hope it looks okay. We shall see. We shall see. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Tamara. Oh, okay. Yeah, the kind of paper that you got. 17 inch? 17 by 14? That is enormous. That is huge. Yeah. That is enormous. Yeah. Well, what you can do on a drawing pad of that size is you can kind of create smaller sections inside of each page. You know, create like little windows inside of there and fill each one separately. That is enormous. I didn't know they made drawing pads that size. Although actually, yeah. I remember having 18 by 24. They make big drawing pads. Yeah, I remember now. You're right. That's a big one. I'm actually wondering now how you even drew on it. It's huge. It's not always about size. Definitely. Dinner time for Patricia. Take your eyes off for a few minutes and you miss a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going down, yeah. Yeah, oh, and you can cut the paper down. That's true. Yeah, you just do what works for you, right? Do what works for you. There are times when that big paper is what you need. There are times when it isn't. Okay, I think I like the little pebbles. I like it. I'm going to put a few over here just to kind of show that it is contiguous. It is continuous. A few right there. Strange little shapies, okay. And I think I am also going to continue them back here just because I feel like they're kind of clustering behind this shape here. Just a few. Why not? Just a few little guys. Hanging out. Should be fun, and maybe something here. Continuity. There we go. I think that's good enough for me right here. Yeah. I think somebody asked a question. Gloria asked, can you tell me the pen again and the sizes? Oh, the pen, if you look in the description of the video, this one is linked there under the items. It's kind of a no brand kind of pen. It's a link to an Amazon so you can look at it. And this second one does have a name. I don't have this in the description. I didn't realize I was going to use it today. But this one is a Pentel point liner. 0.1. Size 0.1. This one is a 0.5. So I guess if that's what you needed, that's what it is. A 0.5 and a 0.1 is what I'm using. Yeah. This one's much easier to use, especially because I'm doing such a big drawing. So the thicker lines do help a lot. Okay. Again, I'm just going to kind of start filling in with some of my familiar shapes. Circles and leaves. That's the kind of thing I use a lot. Circles and leaves. Almost these sort of teardrop shapes. They can be used lots of different ways. It doesn't always have to be something floral or, you know, anything like that. Sort of like that. I'm just going to keep filling in that space. I think I'm just going to go all the way to the end there. Yeah, run like a comic book. Yeah, Patricia, you bought a sketchbook from Walmart. Measured 5.5 by 8.5, and you divide the page in half. Yeah, that's a good idea. So you make smaller drawings. Yeah. Yeah, do what you need to. Bigger isn't always better. And yes, I am just talking about paper. Kind of happens a lot right now with paintings. It feels like whenever I go to see like a gallery event, the paintings are just always huge. Like I live in the LA area, so Los Angeles, and there's a lot of galleries there. Every time I go in there, I try to go as often as I can, but all the times I've gone, the paintings just like cover an entire wall. They have to do the exhibitions in these kind of abandoned warehouses almost. These old warehouses, because the paintings are just, 12 feet by 40 feet or bigger than that. That's probably kind of a small one. Huge, huge paintings. And although they're good to look at, I do love looking at them. Some of their work is amazing. Then I just start to wonder, just who is this for? Who is this enormous painting for? So yeah, there are always choices to be made when it comes to making art that are difficult to make, I guess. I would love to make a huge painting like that or a huge drawing. That would be amazing. But then what do you do with it? Sell it to someone, huh? Probably sell it. Oh yeah, Hummingbird 82. Yeah, I was talking about adding the tape. Yeah, like adding washi tape to the page. Exactly. We can do that for sure. Yes. So right now I'm using the smaller pen, the 0.1. For me, it's smaller. I also need to check something real quick. Oh, that's why. Okay, sometimes I wonder about the clarity of the image here. If any of you notice that it's your image is maybe not too clear, you want to check the settings on your YouTube player and see if it's playing at the right settings. I notice sometimes it plays lower quality. So I'm just adding these little lines here to my little teardrop shapes. Here we go. Filled it in. Let's zoom out to see how it looks. I mean, for half an hour, we're in half an hour. This isn't bad. Got a good amount of work done so far. Let's see. I'm going to keep adding a few things out here. I think it's good to just kind of finish this section as I start moving on, and I'll just keep penning from there. I'm going to go back to my 0.5 pen. I'm going to add a few things that are just kind of going to stick out right here. I won't fill it solidly. There'll just be a few things just kind of growing from there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, Tamara, you finally found someone who had washi tape. Yeah, if you get it at the store, I know that around here I have a Michaels. Yeah, at the Michaels, the washi tape is always expensive, which I don't like, of course. But I often find it online at online stores or on Amazon, my usual place. Like for $10, you can get a good amount of washi tape. I just know that not everybody likes to buy from Amazon, so there is that. Okay. These are almost like, again, like leaf shapes or petal shapes. Almost. Everything looks a little bit like a plant. It's just kind of growing from here, like little vines. Okay, like that. Some little vines. Let me scoot over a little bit. I feel like I end up kind of in the corner of everything. Leaf shapes everywhere. Why not? Just a few. I really do love making these. They look like little vines and they're just kind of swirly at the end. I love these so much. They're another one of my go-to for kind of doing the edges of things. Very nice. I'm going to switch to the smaller pen. I had some little tiny lines here. Let's do that. Tiny little lines. Oh, Tamara, you don't like waiting for things to show up. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Images by Gretchen said, stumbled upon your channel and finding it delightful. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we're just doodling and drawing. We're just chatting. Yeah, welcome. Just calm and slow. I know it's not for everyone. Not everybody likes calm and slow. Some people need things to be fast and exciting. But here, we draw slow. It gets done when it gets done. That's how we do things here. So yeah, I'm just adding little lines to kind of accentuate where it's maybe a little bit of a shadow somewhere, some texture. I'll add little lines here as well to the bottom of these. Just a line can change things so much. Just one little line. So right there. I'll add some to the end here. Just like that. And over here, I am going to rotate. I try not to, but I have to. I must rotate. Just like that. Maybe a few here. And then to kind of top things off. I generally add little circles, just these little floaty circles. So it's almost like little bubbles. little dots, just kind of floating around peacefully. Just like that. I love doing that. That's kind of, I keep saying it's my favorite thing. Everything is my favorite thing. Maybe even just some dots will look nice, just like that. And I don't have to go all the way to the corner. That way this is the little design around the edges, like that. There we go. It's looking good so far. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. I'll add a few tiny things here just so it doesn't look empty. So just a few little designs here. I'm going to do the little froggy eggs. So the circle with the dot inside. I love these guys. Just a few, so it's not empty. A couple different sizes. This one's huge. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe one more. One more. A little awkward. There we go. That should be fine. Oh, 2 to 3 weeks, really? How far away are your Amazon deliveries coming from? Wow. I do happen to be in Southern California, so there are tons of delivery kind of warehouses here. So most of my things do come from Amazon, show up in about a day or two. Super fast. That's probably what I've got here, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Patricia's talking about colored duct tape as well. Yeah, you can get that too. That's cute, yeah. Yeah. And it is better to support your local kind of economy. That's good. That's always good. I have been spoiled by online shopping, so I kind of get a good amount of my things online. More than I'd like sometimes. Okay, I think I would like to start adding a little bit of design work to this large shape here. But I'm not going to do it with the big pen because it's kind of going to overwhelm some of the other designs that are happening there. So I want something here, but I want it to be a little more delicate. I'll start with the pencil, and then I'll use the 0.1 pen. So you'll see me doing that a lot as I start to add some of those smaller details inside. So I think I'll just start by adding these sort of S-shaped curves. I'm going to work inside of those. They're kind of wide. They're kind of wide. I'm going to make this look like it's got a ribbon wrapped around it, kind of. We'll see. We'll see if I can make it work. Okay, so I'm going to use those lines right now. And I'll make 2 lines, and I won't make it go all the way across. So it's like these 2 little lines like that, and they'll stop. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Hopefully that looks okay. So 1 line, 2 line, like that. 2 lines, not touching. I think that should look fine. That should probably look fine. I'll do that. I know most of the time I carry these lines through and they touch, but today I'm just going to see if it works if I just don't complete them right in the middle. Like they're just reaching for each other. Like that. I think that looks nice. It's good stuff. And then over here, I'm trying to taper the line so it's a little thin towards the end. You know, kind of flick the pen slightly, if I can. Not bad. I think it should be fine. I might do it on one more shape just to make sure that there's kind of that continuity, or that the design wasn't just used once. I'll make sure I use it again. Okay. Huh. Images by Gretchen said that the Michaels washi tape tends to pull up paper, but you found some on Amazon that works. That's so interesting. I have not bought any washi tape from Michaels, although I see it there sometimes. I'm always tempted. It looks cute. I didn't know that. If I ever get some, I'll keep that in mind so that I don't get too carried away getting some, yeah. All of the washi tape I've bought has come from Amazon. I've gotten it over the years, and I usually don't have trouble with it. Usually. But I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the hearts. That's so cute. I love seeing the little hearts floating. That's nice. Yeah, Ron! Ron's back. He's back. We can stop talking about him now. Oh, good. I think I might add... I want to put something there, but I think I'll wait because I'm not sure about it. Not sure. Let's add a little circle here with another circle. Why not? Sometimes I just add little strange things in places just because. Just because. It's good to have strange little things in your drawing, just because. Okie doke. So I think I'm going to start looking for the next spot to start adding some designs to. I think I'll start moving down. I'm going to move down into this corner of the drawing. Start making things happen. I'll make some things happen over here. Maybe like that. It's pretty good stuff. DB said, finally took a chance and ordered art supplies from Temu. Wow. And you were shocked at how well the supplies were. That's pretty good. That's good. I generally try not to order things from overseas, generally. But I'm glad you had a good experience. It's kind of scary, isn't it? It's a little scary for stuff to travel that far away. Let me move this way so I'm not in the corner of the screen like I always am. I'm just that person. Always in the corner. So I'm making those kind of teardrop shapes again. Teardrop, leaf-like, something like that. Almost like teardrop leaves. Just making a little cluster of them over here. And then I'm going to add one of these little question mark thingies, these little tendrils. That should be good. And I think I'm good with it at this point, so I'm just going to add a few little floaters, little dots and circles, just to kind of occupy the remaining space there. Just like that. I'll make another one right here. It's pretty good. Okay, little circles and dots. And usually when I do those shapes, I do smaller lines with this one just to add little details into those. Kind of helps to add shading. I think that's what it does. It helps add a little bit of shading. Ron, I'm not going to repeat what you wrote. I won't repeat it. It'll be a secret. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is whenever I have these kind of layered kind of branches here, I start adding just a tiny bit of shading along the edges where they overlap. Just everywhere. Like there and here. Like that. Something like that. So now there is just a slight bit of shading, and then I think I'm just going to do some stippling right here. Today's the day. I'm not going to worry about how long this takes, I'm just going to finish it. There we go. Just a tiny bit of stippling. Can help add some shading in some of those little pockets like that. That's pretty good right there. Tamara wrote, where did you get the heat gun from? So my little heat gun, just so everyone knows what she's asking about is this Ranger. This is a Ranger. Heat It craft tool. I did not buy this anywhere. I just know that you can find it on Amazon. You think you should be able to find it at the craft store. Yeah. I didn't buy it. It was a gift or something, but it's less than $20, I think, or something like that. But yeah. You should be able to get it at Michael's if you have a Michael's or a craft store, or even a Joann's, like some kind of some kind of like arts and crafts store or anything like that. Yeah, because it is for crafting specifically. It's not as hot as other heat guns, so that way you don't go melting your projects or anything like that. I'm going to add some lines to this one right here. Okay, this one's going to be hard because now I have this huge area here, this big thing that I'm going to try to add some kind of texture or pattern to. I really, really want to do circles in this whole thing, like the entire thing. I think I'm going to do it. There's no reason not to. I think it'll look cool. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll use a pencil to show you, but I think many of you who have been here before already know when I do circles, but I also want this to look 3D. I don't want this to look flat. So I'm going to start in the center area, so right here where I'm adding this shape. I'll start drawing circles there, but they're going to be big. And as I work my way outward, the circles will get smaller, so that's what I'm going to that's what I'm going to do, yeah. Ron, you're feeling pretty good today. Ah, I see. That's where your mind goes when you feel good, huh? Hey, everyone's different. Everyone's different. Yeah. Yeah, Tamara, you're going to look for that. Yeah, for sure. It's a Ranger. It's a Ranger is the brand. Heated craft tool. It's a little guy. Yeah. Be cautious because heat guns are meant to melt things. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's why this gun doesn't get as hot. Like it's slightly less hot. Yeah, so that it doesn't go melting everything. Yeah, but I do know that the person who did buy this before I ended up with it, the person who gave this to me, they did like to go to Joann's a lot. That's where they would get a lot of their goodies. Okay. Should I do the big pen? So many choices. I'll do the big pen. I'm going to use my 0.5 pen, so this is a 0.5. So let's start with my bigger circles. They don't all have to be the same. These circles are just going to be bigger than the ones I will draw later. This is going to make it so that my shape has a little bit more of a 3D effect to it. Nice little cluster down the middle. Like that. Let me get a little closer. I know I'm kind of far away. There we go. I'll close that up. Trying my best to kind of work around that thing that I drew there. Just doing my best. So my goal will be that as I fill this with circles, none of my circles will be any bigger than these that I'm making here in the center. That's how that works out. That's how that works. Pretty easy. Easy breezy. Yep. Alan says that travel hairdryers work well. Yeah, they do. I've had some little ones that do okay. Yeah, that's true. If you don't want to get a heat gun that's specifically for crafts, yeah, the little hairdryers work. I will admit that the reason I wanted this little gun was because I don't do my hair, so I don't have a hairdryer. I don't like to zap my hair with heat, so it was very nice to finally have a little heat gun. There we go, circle, that's all we're doing here. Also known as tipple. See, I remember stuff. Hummingbird said the Ranger one is good. Yeah, so you have one of those. Yeah. Good for embossing. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes sense, yeah. Susan, hello. Made it. You're never on time to these things. Well, it's Sunday, so hopefully everyone's got a little bit of time. Whoever wants to join, we've got time. Partially through here. Today the goal is to finish this. That's the goal today. We're getting there. We're getting there. Might end up here for a little while, but that's fine. I'm okay with that today. I'm okay with that. Just hanging out. Renee Chatfield asked, ever thought of doing a drawing of space? I've done many drawings that kind of look like space, but yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, drawing kind of like planets and stars. Yeah, it'd be nice. We could do that. We could do that in a later thing. Yeah, I have a tendency to make things that look like they might be in outer space. So yeah. Back in the day when I used to try to paint with actual, what are they called? With acrylic paints. I know that I ended up painting a few, these sort of like flowers in space, and so there were like stars and planets all around it. I really liked them, but I ended up selling them and also gifting them, so I don't have them. Maybe it's time to recreate those. Some of my galactic flowers. Might be time. There we go. So the whole center is filled here. The whole center. Let me pan out a little. So those are my biggest circles, and now I'm going to just kind of go from there. Make smaller circles. I'll start at the bottom. I'll work my way down there. Here's my dark line. Pretty good. I'll just work that way. Renee, always late. Nobody's late. Everybody's on time. Yeah. I'm going to take a sip of my tea real quick. Just real quick. Oh, Susan said you like the HP 32. You know what? This is a similar paper. This is not the 32. I like the 32. If any of you don't know what we're talking about. HP is like Hewlett Packard, like the computers and printers and stuff like that. They make paper, and the 32 is for the weight of the paper. Most printer paper is, the thin stuff is maybe like 18 or 20 pound paper. It's thin. But if you want paper that feels nice, you kind of go up towards, this that I have is 28. This is 28 pound paper. I like it a lot. I like the 32 as well, 32 pound paper. It's really easy to start obsessing over the paper. Yeah, I feel like I've tried every type available by now. Starting to understand what they mean. So my circles keep getting smaller, you'll notice, as I keep going to the outer edges here. They just get tinier and tinier. Eventually they will be super tiny here on the very edge. Just these tiny little disappearing circles. There we go. Just trying to make it kind of tidy. There we go. It's good enough. I'll just keep doing that to the end. Alan, looks like a seed pod. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, gifting. Cleta is asking what time is it over here. For me, currently it is 2:55 p.m. on Sunday. Sunday, the 5th of May. Yeah. I know that you're way ahead, aren't you? Yep. Way ahead of us. Different times. Let me know in the chat. Where are you all? What time is it for you? Are you still on Sunday, or any of you started Monday yet? Where are you at right now? Tiny circles. Yeah, so a couple of people are sharing their favorite paper. Ooh, glossy photo paper. I've never drawn on that. Kind of this type of printer paper is very similar to that. Yeah, it's very smooth, isn't it? It's got its own feel about it when you're drawing on really smooth paper. Okay, so those are my smallish circles. I'll just keep going over here. This is going to take a while, so hopefully it's good though. I do this because I like it. I love all the repeating. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I want to draw hundreds of circles. Oh, hello, Sunday. Okay, nice. Around 4 or 5. Monday morning, 7:56. Wow. Okay, Renee's almost 5 p.m. Okay, so you're ahead a few hours. Or is that ahead? Ahead, yes. Yeah, almost 6 for Ron. Wow. Yeah, DB, you're in the same zone as us. Yeah. Deshi, almost 6 p.m. in Florida. The struggle is real, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Let me make more circles here. Make lots more circles. Oh my. It rained again last night over here. I still can't believe it. For just a few months, it finally felt like the old weather from like when I was a kid. I remember there being so much rain. And I know this last like decade or so, it's been so dry out here. It just brought me back. It's May and it's raining. And then right now it's sunny outside. It's so gorgeous. I don't know how long that will last, but it's good for now. There we go. Circles keep getting tinier and tinier. Just like that. Pretty good. And I'll switch over to the other side right now. Time travelers, yes. Yes, for sure. 6 p.m. in South Carolina. Being serenaded by the cicadas. Oh, is it the time right now? It's that time, isn't it? The bugs are hatching out of the ground, aren't they? Yeah. Renee, how to stay in the lines? I don't know. I don't feel like I stay in the lines. Maybe some of you do. I mean, for whatever perfection you're looking to achieve, yeah, it's practice. You gotta practice. Yeah, just work on it. You'll see improvement. I think for me, as far as trying to achieve kind of cleaner lines, it probably happens a lot because as a meditative practice for me, this kind of drawing, I have to remind myself, this is a chance for me to calm down and just focus on lines. And so I think just like inevitably, I learned to just really focus my energy on kind of controlling the little lines and putting them where I want. It's not that I seek perfection, it's that I seek, how should I put it? It's like I want the lines to be ordered in a way. I'm sure there could be a better way to explain it. It's just that's kind of how I feel about the lines. I'm just trying to put them in places where they're gonna be friends. I want my lines to be friends. Little circles. There we go. It's filling in quite nicely. Circle, circle, circle. Takes forever, but that's the point. That's the idea. It should take a while. Monday, Sybil. Monday. See, it switched over. Must be at beginning of the video. Remember the hair. I'm not sure. Or is it reference to something? Hair on the camera lens. I'm not sure. I'm trying to peek. Could it be my hair from down here that's like peeking on the bottom of the... I don't know. But I am watching the feed on my computer and I don't see anything there. Unless you're looking at maybe something that fell there. Is that better? Yeah, I don't see anything. Dashi is accepting that you can't English. Yeah. It's overrated anyway. It's overrated. Let's finish up these circles here. All this work. Hundreds of little circles. There we go. I just realized it's kind of banana shaped. It's kind of like a banana. Yeah, Alan says seeking inner peace. Yeah, every time. My mind is just a bag of cats. It's just chaotic. And this helps calm all of that down. So I suppose you can thank my restless mind for my ability with these lines. The cleaner the lines look, it's because I had a lot on my mind. Needed to draw to calm things down. I'm going to peek in a second to see if this ink is leaking through. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just leaving an occasional little dot. Sometimes I check just to make sure I know how the pens behave along with the pencil. It's doing okay. Just going to keep going on the other side here. I'm noticing that on one side I do smaller circles and on the other side I wonder why. I'm going to try to even that out a little bit. Let's see if that's possible. Might be possible. Oh yeah, DB. I know, isn't it just really weird the things we notice? Like I try to keep an eye on. Sometimes there will be a cat hair and I try to get rid of it because I know for some people it's just going to be like they're going to focus on nothing but like that cat hair. But yeah, sometimes I miss them. It is banana shaped. That's right. That's okay. Okay. Almost there. And because this is such a large shape, it's going to take up so much. We've kind of cleared a big part of the drawing just by getting this area done. So that'll be interesting. There we go. Let me try going the other way, see what happens. It's funny because every time I draw this design with this, all the little circles, it always reminds me of marbles. When I was little, I think one of the few toys that I actually had, just because they were so cheap, was marbles. I remember we could get them at the dollar store. My mother, unfortunately, didn't really have money for much of anything, not even toys. But I did have marbles. And they are actually a very good toy. At least I thought so. You can do a lot with marbles. I still kind of miss it. I wish I had just like a bag of marbles just to toy around with, just to see. I like that sound of when they kind of clink together. Like when they clack, like the big ones. I forget what they're called. What is it called? Those really, really huge marbles. Tamara asked, what is the go-to pen for when you draw on just printer paper? I think it's this one that I'm using today. This pen and printer paper, I think, work really nicely for me. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, Patricia said it looks like reptile scales. It does, doesn't it? You're right, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like that. If I made it just a little bit more, what would you call it? Maybe sort of geometric. It does make it look very much like scales. Maybe I could do that. I need to try to remember to do that. More like reptile scales. Alan, shooters. They're called shooters. So like the big ones, those huge, huge marbles. Because in Spanish, they call them cacalotas. I don't know if any of you speak Spanish or are from Mexico, but that's, yeah. Yeah, because I almost imagined that because they were just giant, right? They're like triple the size of a regular marble. Yeah, Tamaro, this one's the 0.5. Yeah, this is the 0.5. Those kind of less expensive. I'll show you. It's very similar to this one. I think so, because I know Tamara was asking about the pen. Yeah, this is like a Sharpie Roller 0.5. It would be like this one. The only difficulty is if it's like thin printer paper, then your ink might come through. I mean, this is the 28-pound paper, so it doesn't really go through much. Just an occasional little dot. But I still like it, though. It still feels good. It's very rich. Like the ink rolls on very richly. I'll show you with that similar pen. So the Sharpie Roller. This is more expensive. But it just about does exactly the same thing. Sharpie Roller 0.5. Same pen. Costs more. Good stuff. The line almost looks like it's just slightly thinner, I think. Yeah, you can get the Sharpie rollers anywhere. If you have like a office supply or the art store, sometimes they'll have them. They're good pens. They just cost more than I'd like them to cost. Yep. Decades ago, yeah. Boulders. Oh, that sounds familiar. Yes, boulders sounds familiar. Yeah, for those huge marbles. Yeah, I liked them because they looked like planets. Some of them would have like a texture to them. Like little pucks, like puck marks in them, so that it looked like they were kind of abused and chinked, but they were metallic and shiny, I remember. And they just, all those marbles always made me think of like planets and moons. Like if any of you have seen photos it's one of Jupiter's moons, Io. It has just this gorgeous metallic sheen and this really neat texture. And I always imagine that those marbles, those huge ones, what did you call them? Boulders. They look just like that. I loved them. It's like you were playing with little planets. And they made a very satisfying kind of clink. Every time they kind of just... They were kind of loud, though. I don't even know if anyone plays with marbles anymore. Yeah, boulders. Yeah, boulders. You lost your marbles. It's possible to lose your marbles, yes. I lost mine too. As I know some of you have mentioned in the chat, you lost your marbles long ago. Yeah. It'd be nice to get them back, wouldn't it? Get those marbles back. almost done with the circles. Yeah, see the edge looks different here than here. I don't know how it's... I'm making a different edge on each side. They look different. The brain does different things here and there. It's interesting. It's okay. It's very okay. I don't know why I just don't get around to making the teeniest, tiniest circles over here. Trying. But it's almost done. Ron, your favorites were the solid colored ones that had multicolored swirls inside of them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the little ones. Yeah. I loved the ones with the metallic sheen. They were so nice. Sometimes I wonder if maybe some of that was unhealthy. Like the whatever it was that they would paint them with. What if it was dangerous? Who knows? Especially if they came from like the dollar store. Who knows? I know I still see them there sometimes, but I don't know. Maybe they just don't sell them anymore. It's kind of sad. Somebody should bring back marbles. Like pretty ones. I would probably collect them. Let me fix a couple of these. I feel like maybe they're not small enough. Maybe. I'm kind of making a mess right there, if you can see. It's like this big dark area. Not intended, but it just happened. It simply happens. Such is life. Bit of a mess. Just like me. I think I can leave it like that now before I kind of make a bigger mess out of it. Should be fine. So this is what it looks like right now. This is how far I've gotten. Yeah, I think I should be able to get it done. It's been over an hour now. But yeah, gonna keep going. We shall keep going until it's done. Toodles does get his marbles back, so that's good. There is hope. You're right. You're right. You gotta get those back. You can do it. Cleta called it a tonk, a large marvel. Devil's eye, red with a yellow line through it. The devil's eye, yeah. Could have been painted with lead. Yeah, you never know, huh? Probably not good. It was fun, though, but probably not good. Let's see here. I'm going to remove a little bit of the pencil here, just so I can see what I've got. What's going on here? What is going on? Yeah, oh. Uh-oh. Sometimes I kind of sort of sing. I hope I don't offend any of you. I'm just kind of sort of singing. I do it when I'm by myself, and I feel like I've been hanging out with all of you enough that I'm occasionally doing things that I normally do by myself. So slight singing, even though I'm not good at it. I think we all do that. I believe I'm going to leave this very, very large thing alone for now, and I'm going to start working on some of these shapes here. I believe that is what I will do. Yep. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to keep the lines. Let's add those in. I am going to add something unique here, but I think, okay, let me do this way. So a solid line, nice and curvy. But then when I do the next one, I'm going to add one of those little things right here. It's like I'm adding an extra shape inside of it. I'm going to go like that. Just to add a little more interest. Slightly less boring. I'll try to add some shading in a little bit just so it looks interesting. Something like that. See what happens. Just like that. Tamara, just be yourself. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. I know I want to put something in here. This is a little bit of the background, so I can put in little swirly whirly designs in there. So I think I'm just going to go in and do that. So I'm probably going to go with a mix of spirals and a few of these designs that I've got over here. I'll just show you really quickly. So this was the drawing that we did last time we were working on that. So I'm thinking of adding these kind of little spirals, kind of clusters of spirals, with some of these little, the circle with the dot, and just a few of these shapes like this. So that's kind of what's going to fill that area right now. It's something very similar to what's right here. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Wrong, said sing away. We're all family here. Yeah. Some of us don't have all of our marbles, but you know what? It's not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, I'm going to start working on those little swirls then. Let me make my dark line first. Make sure it stays separate. It's usually when I go over it like this that it kind of seeps into the next page. But that's okay right now. That page that I keep right behind this is kind of like a sacrificial page. It's the one that we'll get kind of scribbled on. So it should be fine. Cleta, you missed the start. What size paper? Okay. Yeah, no problem. Give me just a sec. So if for anyone else who missed the beginning, the paper that I'm working on is letter size, which for us is 8.5 by 11. It's fairly large. It's the paper is not cardstock or anything. I'm actually using this like a printer paper right now. A very smooth printer paper. It is a 28-pound paper. There we go. That's what it is. It's Hammermail color copy printer paper. That's what I'm using. It's pretty good. It's kind of smooth. 28-pound paper. Fairly large size. And the pen is linked in the description. It is a 0.5 liquid. Like a liquid pen. That's what it is. Yep. And my plan is to be here today until this is done. So it might be here a while. So if anyone joined a little late, you still got plenty of time. We're still going to hang out for a bit. I know we're past an hour right now. That's fine. Today's going to be that day. So for anyone who's curious, I know sometimes people ask how long these take. This is how long it's going to take. It's already been, what, about an hour 20? Something like that. Still got quite a bit to go. There we go. So again, I'm just adding some of my usual little shapes. I'm going to add just these little lines that kind of go together in the same direction. Super tiny. I wonder if I should switch to the smaller pen. I don't think I will. I know that my problem is that if I switch to the small pen, I'm going to make even tinier details, and that will take forever. Don't want to do that. There we go. I'm going to add another cluster of these little spiral shapes. Just like that. They're just hanging out together. Like that. We're on 20 hour. I know I did promise that last time, didn't I? 20 hours. That's happened before. Maybe not on a live stream, but I feel like I've probably drawn for 20 hours before. So there we go. That huge swirl, yeah. Yeah, I'll get to it eventually, like this kind of thing here and that big one. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get there eventually. Today's the magic day. Yeah. I don't mind, you know? I know that some people don't like sort of long videos or long sessions, and that's fine. The intention of this was never to try to attract the whole world. It was just to attract those who do actually like this kind of thing, which is you guys. I like doing this kind of thing for sure, so just slow and steady, a little bit calm. There we go. Let's see here. Michelle, hello. Michelle said, finally made it live. You always watch after the fact. Yeah, doesn't it? It feels like you know everybody, even if you're not here exactly at that time. Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia wrote, we like anytime we get with you, Miss Betsy. Thank you. Yeah, it does feel that way because you kind of see everything that everybody says in the chat, and it's like you just know everybody's attitudes about things, everybody's style. It's nice. It's nice that way. Yeah, today's gonna be a long one, or at least longer than usual. Not gonna worry about it, just gonna let it happen. It's just gonna happen. I'm gonna add some more of the little froggy eggs that we do. I think that'll be nice right here. Circle with a dot. Nice little cluster of them. That's pretty good. All right. Yeah. Starting to do rotations. And let's see what other kind of designs. Oh, that's right. Some of my favorite little worm shapes. Kind of like little tiny spaghettis. I'll put a few of those in here, why not? Little spaghetti shapes. Hello, Anna from Australia. Hi there. Well, thank you, yeah. Anna wrote, hello from Australia, assembled on a live show. Yeah, glad you're here. Just drawing and doodling. Hopefully finishing this page and loving every moment of it. Hopefully. Which, by the way, if you are enjoying yourself, please tap gently, very gently tap the thumbs up button. Very gently. To let me know that you're enjoying yourself. And also thank you for doing that. Make sure you're very gentle. Let's fill this in right here with a few lines. Should be good. I think I'm just going to finish it right there. Right there. I'm actually surprised my hands don't hurt right now. I did so much yard work the last couple of days. My backyard is almost pristine. Almost. My dahlias look happy. My flowers are flowering. Everything looks pretty. And yesterday my hands were hurting like crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I am very surprised that today they do not hurt. That I'm actually drawing right now and I feel fine. I guess it was just meant to be, wasn't it? It was just meant to be. I'm going to add a little bit of shading here just because I need it to be a little darker along this edge. I'm just adding these little lines. That's usually what I do, so I'm just kind of showing you in case you're wondering what's going on here. Just a little bit of shading along this edge. I think that should help. And I'll do it along this edge here too, just by adding extra lines. That should help a little. Tadpoles. Well, the tadpole would be a baby frog. Am I wrong? Is it not a baby frog? Oh, Visual Vendetta, you smashed the like button? No, take it back. Try it again. I'm just kidding. Leave it alone. Just leave it there. I just think I want to add one more of these shapes here. You know what? The thought just happened. Intrusive thoughts. Let's put that right here, like that. It's almost like I'm making another one of these. I don't know what's going to happen. It might not look pretty. Who cares? I think that's all right. It's all right. So I'm going to leave it like that. It's just adding texture and kind of visual, a little more visually stimulating kind of shapes. That's all I'm doing here. Even though I only started off with a couple of just smooth lines, I'm adding more to it just to make it more interesting. And I think all I'm going to do is just add simple lines here to kind of add a little bit of dimension. So I think I'm just going to do that right now. Ron, don't be too gentle. Yeah, hey. Just try to keep things calm and peaceful. We don't want to break the like button, do we? I need a tiny clip here. I've got a bit of a fan next to me to kind of keep me refreshed, and it's kind of flipping and flapping this page. Let's see if we can get it clipped. A little bit less flippy flappy. It's a flappy page today. There we go. So I'm just going to add simple lines with my smaller pen. This is the 0.1. 0.1 pen, just really delicate lines, and this part actually happens fairly quickly for me. So try not to blink or you'll miss it. So it's just a series of very thin lines. And on the edge, I put a little more pressure on them so they look darker. Going to add a little bit of dimension and some texture to this region here. Just like that. I'm going to do it with all these little sections. And then I'll probably go over it wherever I see that I might need some more detail. We'll see how it goes. Might need to rotate this. Let me try that. Let me do a little rotational. There we go. Hope you didn't get dizzy. Sometimes you just gotta flip a drawing over. Just gotta flip it over. It's better to draw sideways or upside down sometimes. Okay. More flipping. Now it's upside down. Yep. It's always interesting to me if I check out the chat after not looking at it for 30 seconds and there's like a whole conversation going on sometimes. It's really interesting. There we go. More lines. Lots of little lines. There we go. Again, if they stay kind of thin, I see how this could be a good spot to use a 0.05, just something really, really tiny, just to make lots of little delicate lines. Would be really good. But I think I'm good with the 0.1 like that. I'm good with it. I'm gonna work on this spot here since I'm already here. Just like that. I feel sometimes like when I do this does require much more concentration. Much more concentration. So I kind of get a little quiet sometimes. Okay. Kind of go along the edges with some lines. Good enough? I think I'm good. It doesn't have to be too dark. Just enough to get the idea across here. There we go. Yep. Patricia wrote, when I draw, it's like my page is on a lazy Susan. Yeah, just going around and around and around, huh? Round and around. Which is actually what's so nice about drawing this way, isn't it? That you can actually just rotate, and it's still like, you'll still get a pleasing image, so you can actually admire it from all sorts of different directions. It is nice. If just because I have an audience right now, that's why I'm doing my best to not flip it too much, just because I know it can be a little disorienting. But yeah, if I'm drawing just by myself, oh yeah, flip it over, round and around. I'm going to start adding just a few little tiny details, and I'll get in a little even closer. So you see that at any point you can always just add a few more lines and things start to change. So inside of here, I'm going to add more texture just by creating these little seeds. It looks like a little dark seed, and just extending the little tail out. I'll make a couple of those. A little seed and extending the tails out. So now it's a bit of a pocked surface, like it's got a little opening or a slit, and it's going to have a few of these. It just adds to the interest. Just like that. Just a couple of them. I'll do a few more over here. It's like a little slit, and it's kind of got a long tail. Easy breezy. Just making it look more interesting. Maybe right here. I'm going to put one here. Like that. Yep. Visual Vendetta wrote, don't mind us, just flip all you want. Yeah. Just flipping it. Just flipping. Yeah, when I have to, I just do it. Do it when I do it. There we go. Just that little bit of texture helps. I might add more later, but I think for now it's probably looks fine. Probably. Just trying to make it look interesting. And then of course there's this kind of one section left, and I'm going to do the same with that one. Just some texture. Let me try doing these kind of longish lines, see how that looks. Longish lines. For anyone who feels like they like doing long lines, maybe like that. Like that, that's the start of it. And then I'll do more thin lines. Thin lines here. It's hard not to apply pressure, but I'm trying. There we go. Yeah, Ron mentioned it looks like muscle fiber. It does, huh? It does. It's an interesting texture. There's kind of a lot of ways to draw muscle fiber, but yeah, this is the kind of thing. Okay, I'm flipping it over. There it goes. It's hard to do those lines in that direction. I'm starting to make those hairy lines. Like the lines kind of cross over each other and they don't look so organized anymore. Time to flip it over. Hopefully this will be better. Just a little bit. Sort of like that. Add a little bit of that texture just to continue on the same idea. Like that. And I can start thinking about what section I'm going to do next here. I might just head kind of here, right underneath it in this orientation. I still will need to figure out what I'm going to do with this larger section here. Still haven't figured it out. I'll definitely get there before the drawing's done. I think I will. So yeah, it's filling in. It's filling in. I might kind of add a little more to some of these lines just to make sure it really stands out. Sometimes it helps to kind of darken a few lines. Like that. There we go. Not bad. It will be nice to see what this could look like with some color on it. That would be interesting. My mind is working in black and white right now, though. So I had this that kind of extended a little bit past the line, and I think I'll keep it like that. It shouldn't be too bad. Let me add in the lines just to see how it's going to look. I think that'll be good. Yeah, Renee say you see missile. Yep. Yeah, Anna wrote about the long lines. It's hard, isn't it, when you try to do just those long, smooth lines, if you're just not there. That's why I think it was easier to do these sort of short little strokes. It works too. I am going to adjust these lines a little bit, though. I think I want them to be more... just kind of the curvature of it is all I'm thinking of changing. Slightly different curvature. And this one, again, it's just tiny changes that I make just to try to increase the visual appeal, sort of. Let's see here. This one's a little bit just to there. It almost looks like it's twisting a little. That's what I'm going for right there. It's got a slight twist to it. Okay, I'm just closing off these lines. Okay, I'm just going to fill in right there. Just going to fill it in, just keep going. Yep. You thought about anatomy class, yeah. Just some random muscle structure growing out of this whatever it is. Yep, it's alive. I'm going to start adding just a few more of kind of what I was drawing earlier in this other section. So some of these little swirls and lines here. Starting with some of these little gummy worms. Just to kind of fill in. Little curved lines. Little gummy worms. Let's see. Something like that. Sometimes it's hard to figure out where I want them, but I'm doing my best. Kind of curving them around. I think that's good for those. Maybe I can put in some of those little spirals. A few spirals will be good. Yep. Oh yeah, Gabby wrote that these kind of long wobbly lines could make something interesting. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's lots of textures that if you have kind of these sort of wobbly lines, they make a nice texture. You're right. Yeah, you should try it. If that's what you want to go for. That's exactly how you discover something new, something wonderful. And all it is just a line. Just a line. Okay, I'm gonna switch to those teeny tiny little kind of sesame seed shape. It's just the tiniest little loop. Sometimes the simplest shapes can create something really, really nice. Tiny little loop. So there's some right there. I am going to kind of carry that through over here on the other side. I'll mix it up a little bit with some more designs though. Rotate, rotate. There we go. Usually when I draw this, I like it better when there's more and more kind of designs mixed into it. So that's usually what I try to do. Just kind of get a good mix and match. Lots of little things here. Something like that. Good enough? Good enough. Just gonna put a few of these little rotating pieces. Yep. Alan said all your lines are wobbly. Hey, go with it. Just go with it. Acceptance. Acceptance is key. There we go. Some circles. There's always room for circles. Yep, okie doke. So, oh, that's so interesting. I'm just reading what you wrote, Tamara, that you want to get out of your comfort zone and try drawing lines without using a ruler. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, and you can do that, but there might be a reason why you're so drawn to the use of a ruler, why you like the straight lines. Yeah. It's up to you what you want, where you want to go with the things you create. Of course, if you're getting bored using a ruler, then yeah, definitely try new things. Try some new things. But if you're happy with it, just keep going. There's no need to change it. Okay, just gonna finish filling this up, I guess. Just gonna do a little black. Just some ink. Should be fine. I remembered I did those little pebbles over here. I should start doing them in a few more places, I think. I would like to do that. Add some pebbles kind of over here on the side, yeah. Gabby, the crescents with the little black notches remind you of what do you say? Old dried out okras. Yeah. Lots of textures, huh? Gummy worms, yes. Yep. So lots of little shapes. Lots of little things going on here. I'm going to add some more of those little pebbles here. Pebbles, pebbles. Actually, I should remember to add that dark line. I think it usually helps. It helps. Helps. I'm going to keep adding it here. There we go. Just add some tiny little pebble designs. Tamara, you're used to the straight lines because of the art class you took in school, huh? I'm trying to imagine what kind of things they would make you use rulers for so much. Because there is part of it, you know, if you're learning perspective and all that. You do use them, but it's not the only thing you use. Maybe you just were really comfortable with it. It helped you feel structured. It helped make things feel kind of scientific. More logical, maybe. I don't know. Everyone's got their comfort zone. Pebbles. If I don't pay attention, I kind of start only drawing them as little circles, so I try to pause. Make sure they're actually looking like pebbles, because that is what I intended. Now little bubbles floating. Okie doke, so that was my corner. I still have no idea what I want to do in that big thing, so I am going to continue ignoring it for now. That is how artists do things. Ignore something until you figure it out. This eraser has lasted so long, I don't think I'm ever going to finish it. I don't know what they make these things out of. The eternal eraser. Got a little bit more pencil here. Eternal. That's what that is. I got a hello from Anne Laberie. Hello. Hummingbird shared that the secret to drawing longer lines is to use your whole arm, not just your wrist. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that might be part of it. Sounds about right. Yeah, the structure, yeah. Tamara was mentioning that, yeah. You like the structure of having those nice, clean lines. For Gabby, it brings you back to geometry class, yeah. Everyone's got a different perspective, huh? I'm going to fill in some of this right here, just with a few lines. Let's see here. I'll start from this side here. I'm trying not to go across that line there, but I did it anyway. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. I am gonna rotate all the way around, just like that. Okay, and then the other side. I'm not going to cluster these lines together as much. Just along the edges, just to try to make it look a little more dimensional. A little bit. Just a little bit. That's fine. There we go. Now I'm just going to do that with the other one as well. Oh, Carrie said 65 people now. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hello, everyone. Thumbs up, yes. All of my friends in the chat are reminding us, if you are here and you are enjoying yourself, please gently tap the thumbs up button. Would be very nice. I am going to be here until I finish this drawing, which may yet be probably another hour. What do you guys think? I think this might take me another hour to finish. I feel sometimes because as I kind of start getting a little more wary, I slow down. Maybe. We shall see. We have been here already an hour and 50. Can you believe that? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours right now that I've been on. But this is good. I like doing this. This This is gonna be for my coloring book, so I figure I might as well just get going with it. I take way too long sometimes getting things done. There we go. Gonna add a little bit more line work to the other side right here. Ron, I'm in some mood today. You are. You are. Get it out of your system right now. That's fine. This is still much better than the moods that some of the kids would get into when I was working with high schoolers. That's really moody. Let's see here. I'm just trying to add these lines here. I might need to take a very quick break just to hydrate, probably. Drink my tea. Have a sip. Gonna add a few more lines here. I think that's how I end up not drinking enough water, just because I'm so kind of focused, just hyper focused on what I'm doing. So I will take a few seconds. I've got something here. Same thing for all of you. Make sure you're drinking your water. Oh yeah. I'm reading the comment. Renee said that swirl is looking kind of like a musical note. It kind of is now that you mention it. It's got that part right there, huh? Ron, just think of the stuff I'm not sharing. Indeed. Gabby wrote, what I love about this kind of art is the objects I spot. Perceptions run wild, and you love it. It is, it's nice. So you'll see when I draw, you spot different things, and then when you draw different things, everybody's going to draw their own little universe here. Their own little wild little world. All these things kind of going on here. Yeah, this is all done right here, so we're making progress. I'm just going to add just a few little lines right here. Again, to kind of show some slight shading, just a little. And then maybe some lines right here for the complete, just a few, like that. Okay, that's a little better, and I can start moving on. What am I going to do with the big guy? I know I could just add contour lines, but maybe delicate contour lines. How about that? I'm going to use the pencil. I'm going to use the little guy. I will add in some contour lines just to see how they look, and then I'll probably just go with it. And by contour lines, I mean these curves that are like little bellies. I know I already did it in the next one, so I think maybe just to make it look a little different, I'll draw these in pencil, and they'll be farther apart. And maybe I can recreate the look that I had over here when I did this first one. Something like that. How about that? That way it isn't too overwhelming, but it still looks interesting. So I'm just adding in some of these curves, and they're a bit wide. They're not too close together. Something like that. And then I'm going to do my best to kind of rotate the lines here so they fit nicely. Around and around. I think that should look fine. Sometimes I think when I can't make a decision about how to do something, it's because I'm overcomplicating it. It doesn't need to be too complicated. And I'm going to try to go around this way. See if I can get these curves to line up okay. Maybe about here. Be a little circle. Maybe. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. When I add the ink, it should start looking a little bit better. Yeah. Renee, go for it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Singing to the universe, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Okay, so let me just go ahead and add those lines in. Let's do it. I'll start down here with this area that doesn't look quite as nice right now. Not quite as nice, but we'll fill it in. I think I'm going to make a circle here. Circle, circle. And I am going to use, I think I will use this bigger pen, the 0.5, just to do that. So like that. And then this curve that goes this way also. Just like that. That's all I'm going to do all the way through. If I want to, I can add more things. But for now, this is the only part I'm going to try to do. And I guess I'm going to rotate while I do it. Maybe here. I'll adjust as I go too, because the lines aren't always exactly where I want to have them. I think that should look fine. Should look fine. Yeah, Tamara, like a candy cane. Yeah. Yeah, like a candy cane. Yeah. Just like that. Just gonna have these right here. Like that. Let's see if I can do it this way. Maybe this will help. Yeah, okay. Because I feel sometimes like I don't line them up. So maybe if I go this one and then the one on the other side, that way at least I know they're lined up, and then I can do the second set. Maybe. I'll try that for a few of these. Well, the truth is, it may not matter if they're perfectly lined up or not. It might be fine. Might be just fine. Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't know, I keep feeling like I'm not doing it quite right. Might just be my brain. Just like that. Yeah, I believe I will be okay with it like this. It'll be good. Okay. At least this works up much faster compared to all those little regions where I added lots of little details. It's much, much faster. Andrew Walker, cold, damp, 15 degrees Celsius. How is that in Fahrenheit? I don't I don't remember how to compare that. It sounds really cold though. 15? It doesn't matter which it is. It's just really. Renee, swirling is good. Let's see how it looks so far. I'm going to pause real quick here so we can see how it looks from over here. Yeah, see, it's coming along pretty nicely. And all it was just that detail. Just those contours. And I won't add any more detail. It will just be this. It will just be these little lines. They'll carry through to the end. And see, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Like I said, it just overcomplicating things. Every time I always think it needs to be something magical, something special, something different. It doesn't need to be. It can just be some of the same things. It can just be the same things. Oh, Andrew, 60 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that is actually kind of cool. Not as cold as I thought, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. I should probably get better at doing that in my head. It's probably just a simple division. 60. Yeah. Especially for those of us who come from warm climates. That's a bit chilly, isn't it? It's probably some of you thinking 60, that's a warm, sunny afternoon. Yeah, some of us come from 110-degree weather summers. Some of us. Ooh, how about I do it with a little dot? Like this, and then a dot, dot, dot. The dots don't want to happen. Right as I say it, the dots are like, nope, it's not happening. Something like that. Maybe like an occasional little dotty dot like that. Well, I already did it. Even if I don't like it, it's been done. I'll do it with a few more just to kind of bring it all together. Oh, this one kind of went in a different direction. Oh well. Different direction. Just kind of wandered off. 81 degrees Fahrenheit in South Florida. 81. So it's warmer for you. 81's nice. At the beach, especially. That's like the perfect, for me, that's the perfect weather for being at the beach. Very nice. 60 degrees is nice. I think I have something like that. Today the high here is going to be in the mid 70s. In Fahrenheit, of course. So it'll be... These are those last couple of weeks before the summer starts for us. June, it's going to get hot. Things are going to change. Almost done with these lines right here. Almost. Okay, I'm going to set it straight again. There we go. I'm actually enjoying that a bit. I'm liking that. It's just slightly different from the lines that I usually do, so it does kind of add a little something different. It helps kind of already create that shine, even though I haven't drawn in anything shiny. Kind of creates that. My lines aren't so great right now, but it works. There we go. I feel like I have to focus a little more. Right there. And right there. And one more and I'm done with that part. Finally. Just one more. Ron, haven't been to the beach since you were a kid. Well, you don't really have much of a beach over there, do you? Or do you? Yeah. I live very close to the beach, but I don't go. I mean, I actually shouldn't say that. I don't live right by the beach. It's a good drive to get to the beach from here. Still don't go too often. Yeah. Renee, a spine of some exotic creature. That would be cool, huh? Yeah. That's a good idea. Every time that you all share with me the kind of things that you see, it does give me ideas for how to implement things. Yeah. How to create new things, how to make new designs. Yeah, if this were the spine for something, that would be really nice. I like that. I'll try something like that. I'll show you. I will always show you guys the kind of things that I create after you give me ideas like that. Always, always. Let me put these lines in here. We're getting close to the end. We're actually finishing this thing up. Finishing it up. Sometimes it feels like it's going to take forever, but not really. It moves along. Gonna add these. Like that. There we go. Yeah, so it's just going to require a little bit more filler. I guess I'm just going to keep this thingy that I didn't want to finish earlier. I think I'll just finish it. Just do a usual kind of little rotating thing there. A little swirly thing. Let's see here. So now all we have left, a little bit here. I won't fill this entirely. I'm just going to add a few details here. And probably just some details here. It'll be done. Ron, you do have one in town. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes I just assume that anyone who lives in Canada is nowhere near the beach, even though I know there are you have plenty of ocean. Let's see here. I'm going to draw a few sections that are just kind of crossing across like this. Crisscrossing. So almost like an additional little tendril like that. I don't think I lined it up very well, but it's maybe a little more like that. Something just crossing, and maybe another one crossing in the other direction. Just because I can. Not because I have to, but because I can. There we go. Okie doke. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to start filling this in with some of my usuals. Okay. I'm actually thinking that at this point, I don't have to add as much detail. The good thing is I've already chosen the kind of designs that I want here. And I can kind of just keep reusing those. I think that should be fine. So I'm going to do that, using a lot of these little spirals. So this, at this point in the game, it's about repetition, I suppose. Just a handful of little spirals. Just like that. Oh, these are coming out a little sloppy. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to leave that for now like that. Okay. I think I'm going to continue adding those little lines right here to add the kind of like some shading. Like that, and a little bit here. Okay. Maybe just another shape. Like that. Okay. It still doesn't feel quite done there. I think I might just end up filling this. I might just fill it. Yeah. I do try to see if it'll look okay without having to fill it all the way, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Okay. And then my idea is that it's going to get a little bit thinner down here, so it won't be like exactly filled all the way. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Alan, happy little spirals. Yeah, all the little babies. They're all just kind of clustered together. Oh, little friends. Yep. Really close together, just hanging out there. I'm going to add a few up here just because I noticed it and I don't want it to be empty. Sometimes I have this need for the edges to not be kind of too smooth. I need to have little clusters of things kind of hanging out up there. That's just me. There we go. Little cluster. And then I know I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with this big guy. Probably some more contour lines one way or another. One way or another. Just to add a little bit more. I'm going to turn this guy. I'm going to turn it. Patricia said we need more elongated leaves like on the other side. Let me see which ones. Yeah, I think you're right. I am going to start adding them to some of this area here. You are absolutely right. They will happen. Yep. I'm just adding this darker line just because I know I want to keep things separate. But yeah, if you're thinking of some of these kind of vines, I will add some of those and some of these sort of leaf-like shapes. I will put some. There will be a cluster of these here. Let's just do it. Let's do it. These, I'll put some of these here. I think this is an okay spot for them, right here. And they fill up so quickly too. So it's always nice. So a little cluster. There we go. They're kind of just draped there. Just hanging out. Okay, and then I will continue that with some of those longer, so sort of like this, like these little viney things. Just a few of them. And some of the other leaf-like shapes that I added. They're a little different, but something like that. I'll put one here. Just there, and I think I'm going to have a few of them growing from right here as well. It's a strange shape, but I'm trying to kind of get it. There we go. It's almost like almost leaf-like. Close enough. Right there. And it fills in quickly because I'm not trying to pack them in there. I'm not trying to fill the space too much. It just kind of helps add some interest there. And so that should be fine. Just a little bit. I'm going to use the smaller pen though right now, since this is really tiny spaces. Very, very tiny spaces. Hummingbird, you finished a flower drawing inspired by the stream the other day. Oh, nice. It takes a while to finish them, doesn't it? It takes a good while sometimes. Yeah, I'm glad you finished it. It feels good, huh? Feels very good. Yeah, believe it or not, this one's going to be done pretty soon. Thank you for sticking around. I know a good number of you are still here hanging out. I know sometimes it's a bit much, but yeah. If you were looking for this kind of thing, here we are. Here we are, and this is how it's done. There we go. Just gonna add these little lines here. And here. Okay, and then maybe some little floaties, little tiny bubbles, just kind of floating around. Little bubble friends. Just makes it look nice, so it's not so empty, like that. Yeah, at this point it's kind of just repetition, just all your favorite shapes, just kind of fill in with some little shapes. There we go. I think I'll add a couple of pebbles here. It's just little details. These kind of odd shaped shapes. Little shapy shapes. That should be good. Okay. And so this last area is pretty much all we've got, is thinking of if I want to add anything in here, and then just kind of filling in right here. Not too bad. It's not too bad. I feel like I am going to continue with the contour lines. I'm just going to do some old-fashioned ones. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll start with that inner one. And the only reason I'm going to use a pencil to start this off is just because there's this form over the top of it, and visually it's going to interfere with me as I kind of add the curves. So I'm going to start this section just by doing it with a pencil first. If I try to do it freehand, I might kind of put the lines in some strange places. So by sketching out some general kind of curves, they're not perfect. They're very imperfect. But this helps get it started. So there we go. I just needed help with that part. And Dashi appreciating the long video. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, hi, baby. Looks like my big boy cat wants to say hello. Let me see if I give you guys. We're gonna take a break for a minute or two, and we will say hello to the big boy. How about that? Do you want to say hello, big boy? There he goes. Okay, big guy. He is very much. Hello. Hi, my love. He wants to draw with us. Hi. How are you doing, little guy? Say hello to our friends. He is investigating our desk. He might be hungry. Are you hungry, big boy? Yeah. I think our little friend might be hungry. Yeah. What are you up to, big guy? Those of you who have a little friend like this probably know they love to sleep. They love to just take little naps on the drawings. Hey, big guy, you're gonna knock everything down. You're gonna knock everything down. I know. In a minute, I will finish this drawing, but he does this. He refuses to let anyone else be the center of attention. Okay, my love. Is that enough? Is that sufficient? Yeah, and I know someone was asking in the chat. Yes, I do live streams on Sunday, and then the next day is on Wednesday. At a different time, though, at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock for me. But if you are interested, you can always check out the... You should... If you sign up for the What are they called? The alerts? You should hopefully have alerts. Yeah, you guys think he's hungry? He would like a little snack. I'll give him a snack when we're done. He eats a lot. You eat a lot, don't you, my love? Yeah, you big hungry boy. You are. Okay, my friend. It's time for you to evacuate the scene. But yes, he does. He's probably hungry, but he's always hungry. My sweet friend. I promise I'll feed you. Come on. Come on, good baby. Come on. I know. He knows the drill, of course. He knows the drill. He comes and begs for food, and I'll feed you in 20 minutes. I know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure lots of you guys have pets. You got little friends. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be finishing up soon, I think. Let me add in these lines. Let's do it. Yeah, for any of you who want to hang out with me a little bit longer, I'll finish this up. So I think I'm just going to add the contour lines. Just like that. Yeah. And I'll do my best not to put them inside of that little space there. Put it just past it. There we go. It's because I know I have a habit. I kind of lose track of it. Made eye contact. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dashi. It's true. Like, if you have cats, you guys know. You know that as soon as I acknowledged his presence, he won't leave me alone anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it's game over after that. They realize, oh, I have the human's attention. This is how it's going to be from now on. Yeah. Oh, Renee's saying maybe like a seashell? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think I already have the lines this way. We'll see how they go. Kind of, yeah. But you see this part works up quickly. If you're just doing simple kind of contour lines like this, it doesn't take too long. But it should at least give it some interesting kind of texture. I'm going to now do these same kind of contour lines, but in the other direction. I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. My little furry friend is going to park himself next to my chair now. He's going to stay there until I get up and feed him. He has a good technique. It works. It really works. Yeah. Dashi may get one day, yeah. Patricia has 2 dogs. Yeah. Gotta take the little puppers out. Yeah, I need to take my dog outside later too. She's an old girl. I need to make sure I take her outside a lot so she can pee. There we go. And I definitely have a lot of cats. Yeah, I hear you. He's down there making little kitty sounds at me. He said, "Remember, you're gonna feed me. Do you remember?" Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What's up, baby? Hey, hungry boy. Yes, I ended up not having human children, so my life is full of lots of fur babies. And he is the biggest cat in my house. There we go. This is kind of interesting. It almost looks like they layer in a different way, just because of the way they kind of swirl in different directions. Interesting. I'll accept it. I'll take it. Looks good. I don't mind. I'm going to try to make the lines get a little tighter right here. Just like that. Oh, yeah, DB. The rescues and the fosters, yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep going. So I can make sure if any of you have a question or comment that's specifically for me, if you can type Miss Betsy in there, that way I know. Because sometimes I look at the chat and I'm not sure who it's for. I guess it's fine. At least that way it just makes it a little easier for me. There we go. Tamara, have a good night. Yeah. Have a good night. We're almost done. It's looking kind of interesting. Contour lines and more contour lines. Ugh, I'm gonna need a pencil here. Maybe here and here. Here. Yeah, sometimes if I can't see where they're going, I have to draw them in. There we go. Just a quick sketch. Oh. TV has a whole zoo. Yep. Sometimes you can't help it. Can't help it. Okay. So these are just going to keep getting tinier, heading this way. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, done with that one. Let's erase. Get rid of some of this and some of this. Okay, pretty good. Very nice. Okie dokie, it's almost done. Oh, I like this. Of course I like it. This was fun. It's turning out pretty good. Lots of crazy stuff going on here. So I think basically I'm just going to kind of continue the little swirls and the little leaf-like shapes over here just to kind of give it that look. Just to give it that look, kind of a continuity. A little bit of the same designs. A little bit here. And just kind of fills it in really nicely. Like that. Some more of these little leaves. Although I don't think of them as leaves right now, I'm thinking there's something else. Strangely enough, I'm kind of thinking of like the little tentacles on squid. Have you seen those? The ends look like this. That's what I'm thinking of. I may draw that later. I may draw something that's got little squid tentacles on it. Might be fun. But that's actually what I'm thinking of right now. Sort of squid tentacles. Pretty good. My cat's down there requesting a feed me. Are you requesting food? I know. I'll feed you in a bit. Yeah. He's telling me, stop drawing and give me food. Stop it. Stop drawing. Okay, yeah. Do some pebbles here. Just some pebbles. Since we already did pebbles, we're going to do a few more. Anne asked, how is the garden? Yeah, I mentioned a little bit about it earlier. Yeah, the garden's doing good. It's doing very good. And I do appreciate it when some of you ask about my garden, because I think it actually has kind of motivated me to really work on it. My garden looks really good right now. It is full of plants. It is full of flowers. I cleaned up everything that needed to be cleaned up. It looks happy. It looks loved. So it's really nice. I realized at a certain point that I was privileged with a backyard, and so I should probably make some use of it. And so it is. I got it tidied up. I went and got some mulch and fertilizer, and acquired me a few plants while I was there, and it looks nice. It's very cozy. Yeah, I think I missed a few comments, but yeah, I'm trying to kind of check out what you guys are saying there. Dashi, your brain is going different places when you're looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. You have 2 labs. Oh, how cute. And they think that they're lap dogs. Yeah. Yep. Cleta, even with all of your practice drawings, you can't seem to do the mountain lines for the cinnamon roll, huh? Yeah. Maybe you need to rotate the drawing. I don't know if that might be part of it, to kind of rotate and try to get those curves to look more roundy. Because I know for me the clue is to make them, the idea is to make them look like a big pregnant belly. That's what makes them look the best for me. If you're talking about these kind of curved lines here, yeah, like a big pregnant belly kind of. I know I've heard from other people that sometimes they just practice, and one day it just kind of clicks. So hopefully that's what happens with you. One day it'll just happen. Let's see, I'm gonna add another one of these squid tentacles here. And I think therefore I am almost finished. Just gonna put a little things here to float, just so it doesn't look completely empty. Just some little floaters, some little friends. It's complete. How long has this taken? 2.5 hours. That's not bad, actually, to finish a drawing this big. That's not bad. Although everyone works at their own pace. Everyone's going to have something just a little different. Different drawing, bigger, smaller, whatever. Yeah. So that's basically it. I feel like I have this kind of space over here, but for now, I'm enjoying just the way it looks like that. I think that I'm good with that like that. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Often what will happen is I will just look at this later, and I'll spot little details here and there that I will add to or take away from. But I think right now I am content with this. I think that looks pretty good, yeah. Yeah, very much, very much. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the chat. So I'm hoping that you guys are all having a good time. I believe that this is done for today, that we finally finished it. And it totally didn't even take 20 hours. It definitely did not take 20 hours. But yeah, that was the drawing for today. That was the creation for today. And if any of you missed the kind of earlier when I showed a few of the drawings, just really quickly as we all kind of wind down and we head out. So this is the completion of today's 2.5 hours long. We're all done. This is what it looks like from a little bit further away. It's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. This is the one from last time. This was from our last live stream. I did add some of these details after our live stream was over, so you can see kind of the detail work there. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, DB said bye everyone. Yeah, thank you guys. And just a few other things that I kind of just started working on. I'll probably finish that in my own time. Same thing with this one. Some more details. Yeah, so I think that'll be it for today. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that you're here, and I know you guys stuck around through so much work, couple of hours of work. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good Sunday or Monday. I know for some of you it's a little bit later. I will see you in the next one. If you are interested, you can see me again for a live stream on Wednesday, 5 o'clock. Just keep your notifications on, and you will get a notification for when my live stream starts. I will see you all then. Thank you. Bye.